Welcome to the Joy Buzzer.
Could it be? Could it be? It is out of here! I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice.
At the 20, at the 15, 10-foot touchdown!
My brain just sparkles.
And now for our feature presentation.
Give me a hell, give me a yeah. It's Friday night. It's the Joy Buzzer live on YouTube from the beautiful Cherry Hill, Connecticut School of Broadcasting. Nikki Cola.
What's up? I don't have a camera just on me tonight. I'm so excited.
As you can see, we're a little short staffed. Rob Carujo, the instigator, is on assignment. And
so is intern Z.
And Zach got a job.
Wow.
A job.
No way. I don't believe it.
I'm not going to say where. I don't want to embarrass the young lad.
Ah, come on. It's fun.
I don't even remember what the hell it's called. Oh, Texas Roadhouse.
There you go.
There it is.
Hey, you got a job.
So Zach's doing some work, and Rob C's on assignment. He is he's covering another state for us.
Yeah. He's getting stuff from more southern.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Thank you, Rob. We appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. You're doing a good job. Say hi to Cam Newton for us.
Yes.
Did that give it away?
I don't know.
I don't think
Is
so.
that where it is at?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a thought. Again, this is
works.
the Joy Buzzer. We're at the Cherry Hill, Connecticut School of Broadcasting
In New Jersey.
in Jersey. Well, isn't Cherry Hill in New Jersey?
There may be another Cherry Hill.
Are you on top of Cherry Hill?
I don't. Maybe.
Hey. Okay, so last night we're gonna kick get right into this.
So if you want to call in and join us,
Oh,
'cause
who
it's
cares?
Just the two of us.
Go ahead.
Are we doing this?
Yeah, give the number out. Go
All
ahead.
right, 856-330-4749. If you want to call in and hang out with us, it's on the screen right now, just in case I said that wrong.
I see me.
So come on, pick up your
Right.
phone, chat on, jump on YouTube where we are streaming live right now, obviously.
And where else are we on there, Nick? What else are we?
Our-
we're all over the place.
Our backup shows are on iTunes and Stitcher,
Right.
so you can listen to us anytime, anywhere.
Right. We still post on Facebook. We still post on Twitter. We still post on Instagram, according to Zach. Although I don't know what our Instagram.
I think it's the official Joy Buzzer.
Is that what it is?
We'll go with
I
that.
have no friggin' clue.
I'm fine with that.
What the hell is Instagram anyway?
Exactly.
Who gives a crap? Okay, so we're jumping right in because
Yeah.
the Flyers kicked off their season last night.
Kickoff is a great word for that.
Kicked ass is what we're trying to say.
That works too.
They went out to the Vegas Golden Knights, and yes, the Vegas Golden Knights, their pregame ceremonies, they put on just the greatest shows.
I'm a fan.
They're
It's
fantastic.
enjoyable. It's great to watch. It's entertainment. It's
It
Vegas.
really is. Do you feel Vegas? You feel they got the dancing girls. They have cheerleaders. They had
Yeah.
they had Wayne Newton and some other guy.
Was it Little Wayne?
I don't know who the hell it was. It doesn't matter.
I thought it was Little Wayne,
It
but
could-
they didn't.
it could be.
They really didn't reference him at all. They
No.
kept zooming in on like guy.
And you know what? I'm a huge fan of Wayne Newton. He looks terrible. Get him off the ice.
He's plastic.
I know. He's like 90. Get
They're
him
lucky
off.
they didn't hit him with a hockey stick. Push him around a little bit. He's all rubber.
Let him sing "And I Got a DV" and get the hell out of here.
Is that really his song?
No.
Oh. I was gonna say that's awesome.
It was actually a line he uttered in the Ford Fairlane Andrew Dice Clay movie. So that's where I pulled that out of. So the Flyers kicked off last night, and par for the course, they gave up the first goal.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah,
I got the immediate message. Brian
right.
Elliott sucks.
He does. He is going to be the downfall of this team.
I don't know.
He's going to be the downfall. I mean, don't get me wrong. After we left the first goal, he played a tough game. He played a good game last night. He worked his ass off, and I know you had some things you liked about it last night. Brian Elliott.
Him playing on the ground on the ice. It was obviously the breakaway and just straight up out shooting him. You scored, but him under a lot of pressure last night. He just seemed calm. He didn't panic. He didn't anything. He was just chill in the net. I mean, he had that one pad kick save out of nowhere that puck was in the net, and he just threw his leg out there, kicked it halfway down the ice. So it was good to see. It sucked watching him get burned, but I mean, I don't really think there's many goalies in the league that would have stopped that shot. But I still liked what I saw from him.
Okay.
It's still
you're entitled.
It's still confident. It's still. I'm not panicking yet. He didn't let in any bad thing, anything that was like, oh God, here we go again. He wasn't. No Swiss cheese.
That's the difference between us. I've been panicking since the day they brought him in a year and a half ago. Whenever the hell they brought him in a year ago.
Oh, they brought in a little stats wise, a little less of a Mason. So his stats weren't as good as Mason.
Yeah.
So we actually got rid of a better goalie to bring in Brian Elliott. But you can see what he's doing and what did in Winnipeg last year.
Where is Stolars, by the way? Is he with the
Stolars
fans, or did we lend him out to somebody?
Anthony Stolars?
Yeah,
He's our
Stoley the
backup.
goalie.
He's our backup.
No, the guy they picked up from.
No, last night Stolars was our
was
backup.
he? Because I thought it was the guy they picked up from where?
Tampa?
Toronto, maybe? Tampa, one of
Something
those
like
girls.
that. I don't know. Great
Okay.
sports show.
Yeah, hey, all right, we're on top of things.
No, Stolars was the backup
Okay,
last night.
good. He's got to play more and sit Elliott because he stinks. And I like Stoley the goalie. At least let him hold down the fort till Carter Hart comes up and wins us Vezina trophies.
I really, really hope we don't touch him for a year. I'd like to see. He looked calm, cool, and collective in the preseason, but it's preseason.
I'm all for OJT on the job training.
Yeah, but it's not like he's not really. I mean, it is a little slower pace in the AHL, but I don't think you touch him yet, unless you're in a Carson Wentz situation where you just traded away your quarterback. Now he has to play, unless all these, which they're known to get hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Norvert, hurt already.
Do you really want to get me started on Norworth?
I'm just saying, these are the circumstances that Hart makes an appearance this year.
He's awful.
We did sign that other guy, whatever his name is.
He's a keeper.
Yeah, literally. But it's a combination of he gets hurt, Ellie gets hurt, Neuverk's hurt, Stolar's hurt, then you bring in Hart.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see him up here if any of those, 3 guys I just named are all down. If we're at that point of the season, we're in a lot of trouble. If our fifth string goalie has to play for us.
And I don't think watching the game last night, the kids, I love these kids. The kids are
it's great.
The kids are going to be just fun to watch. Your Ghost and your Provolove and your
Provolone.
Your Konechny and we just talked about the big center.
Roby.
No, the Nolan Patrick. Nolan Patrick.
He had himself a good game. Quiet game, but very.
You know what I like too about these kids, especially the defense like Haig and Sanheim?
I love Haig.
They'll hit you.
Oh yeah.
They laid some ferocious checks last night.
We had a lot of hits last night.
I love Ghost. I love Provolone, but they're not going to hit you.
Oh no, they're trying to.
Sanheim and Haig are knock you on your ass.
Provorov he's kind of an all-around defenseman, so he's not afraid to take a shot at you. Ghost is a little smaller, so I'd rather not see him knocking people's heads off if we can help that. I'd rather see him, Supermaning, laying out, smacking the puck down to keep it in the zone. Yeah. But this team's not afraid to hit.
No, I saw Sanheim knock a few people on their butt last night. Haig hit a few people, stood up for Andrew McDonald when Andrew McDonald had the glove rubbed in his mug last night, and I liked that. And then Haig went out and scored a goal.
That was
a beautiful play from JVR.
It was everything, just everything about last night. It could not be written better for what they have, for what they were doing, and it's another year for all these young players.
I was just hoping that Wayne Train hit a hat trick. I wanted the Hattie.
That would have been two last season, the hat trick to start it. He would have been like the second guy in history, I think, or third guy in history. They said that would have had 2 hat tricks to open up a season.
Yeah. Which Giroux played well. And,
Giroux had a great game.
He did. He played very well.
It was coming off season high numbers for him last year, and it seems to be carrying on. They don't seem to be stuttering. It just keep flowing.
And I'll tell you what, Vegas is a damn good hockey team, and we kicked their ass. Vegas came out, and we all knew for the first 10 minutes they were going to play on adrenaline. They were going to rush. They lowered their banner. The fans are going crazy. And I'm sure Hackstall said, just hang tight for 10 minutes. Once you hit that 10-minute mark and they lose that adrenaline rush, and then it's just hockey.
Yep.
And Vegas came out and they scored, whatever
And
the
that's
hell
what
it
they
was.
said. That it was 6:37
Yep.
into the first period,
Yeah.
which I consider that hanging in there.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
Vegas, with that show that we were just talking about, their opener, their fans are crazy.
There's a lot of Flyers fans last
Oh,
night.
yes, a lot less than last year.
Yeah.
Because they saw what Vegas did last year. But I would say being down 1-0 in the first 10 minutes is fine.
Yep.
Because they peppered them. They came at them full steam, and the Flyers just stayed on the ice, stood their ground.
Yep. And then after that, who scored the first goal for them was
For us,
for us.
Oscar
It was
Lindblom.
Lindblom got his first career goal.
again, another
Another rookie.
rookie
kid.
coming up, his second year
Yep.
with us, and it was just
Made a nice play right to the net and shoved it home. Well, I think it was off the skate.
off the.
Doesn't matter.
But he
Went in.
juked Fleury out of his pants, which
Fleury. What the hell happened to that guy? Oh my God.
I know, but look what he did with the team last year.
Yeah, I
I
know.
mean, he was hurt a lot of last season. Vegas went through like 9 goalies last year with everyone just get hurt.
Yeah.
But
They shut away.
he just had an off game, and we took full advantage of it.
Yeah.
The guy they replaced him with was pretty damn good, though.
And then we see him again in a week,
Yeah,
and we won't see them again for the rest of the season.
Nope.
I hate that.
maybe in the Stanley Cup Finals. I'm thinking ahead.
All right,
Oh, in the playoff race, we're already.
yeah. Hey, we're in first place.
Yeah, hell yeah. I don't even know if we are. There's
And
other
undefeated.
Yeah. I didn't want to say it. I was going to say it last year. I was going to post it on our page, undefeated. I decided not to do it.
Why not?
But yeah,
You can say
Lindblom and then Wayne Simmons in that first period there to make it 2-1
Right.
at intermission. I was feeling good. It was confident. I'm like, you know what? We battled back, and we got the lead coming out of the first period. And then Simmons goes off again on the power play. Robert Hagg, Scotty Lawton.
That tip goal was
Woo!
beautiful. Just beautiful.
I don't know. I really can't say anything bad about this game.
No, we played a great. The only thing I don't like is Belmar scoring for the Knights.
You knew that was going to happen. Every player comes back to burn us. But there is one thing that I could say about this game that I wasn't not sure how I feel about
A
it.
negative?
There is.
Oh boy,
Not negative because
I'm
I guess
excited.
nothing negative happened.
'Cause I've never heard you talk negative about the Flyers ever.
I know, right? Not negative. I guess we have to see how it plays off. I just didn't like Simmons and JVR on the same line. I feel like they're the same exact player. That why wouldn't you separate that kind of player?
I agree.
I don't.
I have no problem moving Voracek down to like the third or fourth line and putting Wayne Train up on the second line.
Or even, I mean, Simmons
dump
is
Voracek.
no. Simmons is,
No, I know, but dump Voracek.
I would call him a so-called captain, but JVR had a great season last year, so to even throw him on the second line and keep Simmons maybe down on the third,
And just dump Voracek.
yeah, okay. He had a good season too last year. You can't.
Oh, I can.
You can't smash the numbers.
I can say whatever I want about him because I think he stinks.
But this team has depth this year.
yeah, it does.
I
So
mean,
we can dump him and not lose anything.
you need to lose a lot, but
What do we lose?
an assist guy.
Oh, assist guy.
Somebody's got to set up the goal,
the
right?
king of the second assist.
Did he have any last night?
He did.
Nah, son of a bitch. He had one. Yeah,
See?
You
The
suck.
king of the second assist.
You suck. It's not his fault, all right? He's just at the right place at the right
The
time.
dumbest stat in sports, the second assist. in
That
hockey.
is not the dumbest.
Oh, it is.
No,
It's awful.
not at all. I don't think so.
So the Flyers open the season kicking ass and taking names. Monday night they travel to a place they don't normally play well in Denver. They play the Colorado Avalanche, right?
We'll make that tomorrow night for those of
Is
you
it
that want
tomorrow?
to keep
Or
up
is
with
Monday?
the game.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking Monday. I'm ahead of myself.
Yes, no.
I'm thinking Sixers actually, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Ah, see that?
I'm sorry. Saturday
Yes.
night is
Saturday they play
Colorado,
Colorado Avalanche.
the Avalanche, where they don't fare well. And even when Avalanche is having a down year, the Flyers just for some reason, maybe it's the
air. It's got to be because that you see that burn teams in the NFL all the time.
Yeah.
It's somebody's better than the Broncos, but you got to get used to that air.
Yeah.
I mean, you had the guy on Pittsburgh that almost died a few years ago.
Yeah, I
His,
remember that.
Like blood started separating and shit like that. Like,
I remember that. Had to get out of there.
no, yeah, you had to get him out of the state immediately. That's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Like, how the hell? Let me fly here. Oh, my blood's gonna separate now.
But now the next question is, how many of the Flyers are going to go buy weed since it's legal?
Oh no. Do you get tested for that in hockey?
I don't think so.
I don't know if you do or not.
I don't think
Yeah, I
so.
know you don't in the NBA
You
because
don't
there'd
in
be
the
no
NBA.
NBA
Oh, yeah.
if you did.
You're a bunch of stoners.
But
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't know if you do or not.
Let's see. Not for weed.
They're already-
Weed's nothing.
I don't-
Weed, you're smoking Mother Nature.
Most of them are already dumb enough that I don't think they would smoke.
I don't
They're,
know.
they're out there. They got to keep their head straight so they can knock that guy's teeth out.
Well, I was gonna say it's also tough to hold the weed stick in between your no teeth. You know, you're
Let's say
gumming.
his coats.
Eh,
See what he
there you
says.
go.
Oh, another big. Oh,
Yeah, you
what do you
first.
got?
No,
No.
Because I was gonna say something along those lines with Bundy.
I was just about to bring that up. Speaking of a great Flyers, though.
Show prep, baby.
Speaking of amazing Flyers, though, you know, frickin' Chris Terrian's not in between the glass.
Love
anymore.
Bundy.
That, and you can tell his butt hurt sitting in that post-game intermission thing. He is so torn up about not being on
Oh,
that
he
ice.
is. He hates being in the studio.
And it is awesome. You'd think the guy would hold a little professionalism and not both arms on the desk, hunched over, leaning over, talking. Like, sit up.
I didn't notice. Did they put anybody in between the glass last night?
No.
No.
They didn't have anyone, which I was kind of shocked because I miss Coatsy. I don't think he'd ever come off a radio calling the games to go back in between the glass.
I agree. I like Coachy too.
But him with, Coatsy's corner, they do and then just him in between the glass, he was fun.
yeah,
It was cool, but I so happy when I found out he was not coming back between the glass. and
At
then
least he's
just,
still in studio, so
and
he's
just-
still with the Flyers.
that's when I can watch it because he's mopey sitting there.
He's mopey.
Did you watch any of the intermission reports?
No, I didn't.
Oh, it was great.
I flipped over to the football games during that.
Yeah, we're gonna talk Flyers. We scored. I'm just not a fan.
That's awesome.
I don't know.
Oh God.
And maybe I'm still hurt. They took out Coatsy. Put a chick down there.
Why not? Where's that? Where's the chick?
Sarah Baker.
Sarah Baker.
But she used to cover Flyers.
Right.
Why not?
Yeah. I think her nose gets in the way. It's so big.
That's not nice.
She's got big nose.
That's not nice.
It's not nice, but she's got big nose.
It protects her face.
Right. She needs 2 bed sheets to blow her nose.
Where's the soundboard? But
Yeah. Come on, Rob C. You said you're going to call in too, you little jerk.
Not sure where you're going with that.
I was going to go somewhere
Well,
else, but
Flyers, great way to start the season. Let's see if this can carry this. I'm fine if they split, 1-1 on this road trip, but I want a home victory. Home ice victory, open it up in the Wells Fargo Center.
San Jose, right?
I think so.
I think it's San Jose, then the Knights, and then Florida.
Senators.
Oh, it's Ottawa?
We got Avalanche coming up on Saturday. Tuesday
Right.
we open up with San Jose,
Right?
and then we go to the Senators. We go to
Okay.
Ottawa Senators, and then the Knights come.
And the Knights come here
Next
on
Saturday.
the 13th. Yeah,
Yes,
Yeah.
the 13th, next Saturday.
I remember seeing that. Okay, so let's go Flyers.
Yeah, they finally got their season started.
That's right.
I'm excited.
I know you are.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
excited too. I like the Flyers. Always did. I just hate their goalies.
I don't know. They got a fun young team that's
These kids are gonna be fun.
that's
to
ready to
watch.
rock this
Yeah.
year, and they're gonna do it.
Maybe Hextall knows what he's doing. Not Hackstall. Hextall, the GM.
They're the
not
same
coach.
guy. Hey,
we'll
building a
see.
team,
We'll see. Yeah, exactly. I think Hextall knows what he's doing. Building
building a team, young
and
guys.
going young.
Yeah,
And not trading away our draft picks.
and that's why I want to take his word with heart.
Yeah.
Leave him down in the minors for one more season.
If anybody knows about goalie, it's Hextall.
That's why I'm going to
So
take his
I'm,
word for
I'm
it.
okay with it. I don't like it because I'd rather see the kid play.
I want to see him play. He had
but-
a great preseason.
Yeah, but we're okay.
But
We'll be all right.
let him get that. Confidence is through the roof. But let him go.
Yep.
Let's see. Unless emergency situation happens, I really hope not to see him in a Flyers jersey again this year, which sucks. But if he's going to be who he's supposed to be, give him a year. It should be fun.
We'll see.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so now our basketball team, the Philadelphia 76ers.
My phone going off at weird times
That's
saying
a-
when games are done.
They're in China.
China.
They're in the land of China. And they had a exhibition game that was played at 7:30 this morning,
Ugh.
our time.
What?
And I think they're I think they're 12 hours ahead of us. So they actually played the game 7:30 last night or this morning or tonight in Chinese. In China. In the land of China.
Chinese?
I don't know what
They played the game in Chinese?
They played the game in Chinese.
Hey, yo.
Bing chang pao cha.
Hey, now.
I think I just said two-pointer. So the Sixers went out and played. They played in China, and they won this morning.
That's the Mavericks.
Against the Mavs. And what's his name? J.J. Redick goes out and goes 10 for 10 from the floor, including 7 for 7 from the 3-point line. Ends up at 28 points.
28 points. Holy crap.
He's also, it's a shame because at the beginning of the game, they booed him because he's the one that back in February when they were celebrating Chinese New Year, he got tongue-tied in trying to wish the Chinese a New Year, and he ended up doing a racial slur towards the Chinese people. Totally accidental, but
How do you accidentally racial slur?
Well, because you speak the Chinese language. It's impossible.
I don't speak it, so I'm not going to try it.
Well, they tried to get, they told him what to say.
Oh, he was trying to say it
He was
in
trying to
Chinese.
say it in Chinese.
Oh,
And
so it just came out ching chong ching ching chong.
Exactly.
Nice.
It came out that way. Yeah.
Very good.
Exactly. Wonton soup. I don't know what he said, but
Yeah.
it was a racial slur against the Chinese people. So when he touched the ball, he got booed
Hey.
until he started shooting the lights out. Then every time he touched the ball, they cheered him. So
I'd say 28 points is lights out.
Exactly. He was playing. He played very well. The Sixers again will play in China on Monday at 8 o'clock in the morning.
They're playing the Mavericks
Play
again.
the Mavs again.
Is that a new thing this year? Them playing in China?
I think.
Or is that,
no,
why do I not remember this? Because I just don't follow basketball.
I think this is the first time the Sixers have played in China, but I think they've played there before.
Okay.
I know that they've played They've played in Mexico. I know they've played in like Spain.
I think I remember Mexico and Spain.
Right.
I don't remember
And I think they played in Russia. I mean, they've played all over the world.
just for preseason stuff.
Yeah, preseason games. And I think this is the first time the Sixers were included in it because the Sixers are an up-and-coming team, and the NBA is very excited for these Philadelphia 76ers.
They are aware of that.
Yes.
With someone like Ben Simmons, I mean, even in preseason, Embiid had a big game, 22 points.
Embiid's going to be...
They're going to be a force to be reckoned with, and you're going to, just like the NFL tried to do, even though the Eagles won the Super Bowl, is shush them away, you're not going to be able to stop the Sixers. They're going to turn into, whatever team LeBron's on.
I'll tell you, I'm starting to get the feeling that this team is going to do something special this year. Last year I was just excited to see the guys play together for the first time.
Right.
This year I'm getting that feeling that something special's brewing. The guys they brought in, while not big name guys, not LeBron James or Kyrie Irving like that, guys like Muscala. Do you know who he is?
Yeah.
Right. You have no
My
clue.
third cousin from the
Exactly.
twice removed dog.
But he can play.
And that's what you don't need the big name guy here.
Nope.
Don't bring in the LeBron James. I know Stephen Curry isn't going anywhere, but don't bring him in.
Who?
Right.
Steph Curry?
Yeah, that guy.
Okay. Thank you.
Wait again, maybe, but don't bring them in. Let all these guys play together the way they're playing, and bring in. This guy knows how to shoot a basketball. He's on the team. I don't want a big name here. We got big names here already. Let them go. Let them play. That's how those names are going to get bigger. That's how those names are going to become the untouchable names.
Oh, they're already untouchable.
Let it go. I don't want. I'm very excited. LeBron didn't come here.
I am very happy.
I
can't
think
stand
that
him.
would have hurt the team.
I hate him. I'm not afraid to say it. I hate LeBron James.
I thought it would have hurt the team bringing him in. Bringing him in, he's going to want to touch the ball.
You know, it's funny. I do believe, and I've said this all along, that they brought LeBron in. The Sixers would definitely go to the NBA Finals this year.
Oh, yeah.
There would be no question about it in my mind they would go to the NBA Finals this year. I didn't want to see him on this team and wreck the chemistry and wreck what they're building.
Right, because you figure what obviously, I don't know basketball that well, but what position does he play?
He could be a small forward or a power forward.
And then who else does that coincide with on the Sixers right now?
That would move out either Covington or Dario Saric.
Right. So you're going to take the ball out of their hands.
Well, Covington stinks. I hate Covington.
I don't know. I just think in general, though, you're obviously if you have Ben Simmons on the court with LeBron James, you're giving the ball to LeBron James.
Oh, of course.
So you're taking the ball out of Simmons' hands. You're taking the ball out of Embiid's hands.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking the ball out of all these guys' hands because it's going to go to LeBron.
Yes and no. LeBron, the thing about LeBron is he's a very high basketball IQ. He does. He knows the game of basketball.
Oh, absolutely.
He knows how to play the basketball game. He knows how to get other players involved in the game.
Right.
You know, he knows when it's time for him to take over or when it's time to let somebody else attempt to take over. When he played in Cleveland, he never had that. He never had
And
that
no one to
other
back him
person.
up.
Right. He never had that one person that says, okay, it's your time to take over this game. He had it a couple years ago in Kyrie. Kyrie Irving was he was healthy. He could play. He's not,
Right.
He's not exactly healthy this year. Excuse me. And he also had Kevin Love. But he's another guy who's not going to take over the game the way LeBron will.
You think we have too many guys on this team
Now,
that would affect, like with Fultz, Embiid, Simmons,
yes and no.
that
because
would affect him coming in?
Embiid can absolutely take over a game. Ben Simmons
Yeah.
can absolutely take over a game. J.J. Redick, as we saw today, can absolutely take over a game.
Right.
You know, so we don't need that player that says, okay, I got to take over the game. Let me go, and you guys just follow my lead. We have 4 guys who already can do that.
Right.
You know, we didn't need a 5th guy
Right.
because there's not enough basketballs to go around. You know, but like I said before, LeBron I think he would have been able to play with Embiid and Simmons and Fultz and Saric and whoever else we put out there on the court with him.
Yeah.
I'm glad we don't have to find that out. I hope to never will. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. So, again, the Sixers will play again on Monday at 8 o'clock in the morning in China. They then start the regular season, I think, a week from today.
Did it really?
Yeah,
They're already going too?
they've played like 4 preseason games, and that's all they're going to play.
They open with the Celtics.
Yes,
Right?
in Boston.
Okay, so that's Tuesday the 16th.
Oh, that's when they open it, so it's a
That's
week
when
and a
the-
half.
Yeah, so
Okay. But they're still
they got about a week.
I think they play one game.
They got like 8 days between their last
Right.
preseason and then opening up the season.
Yeah, I don't think they play any more preseason games on American soil this year,
Nope. They got the
So-
Mavericks again. What was that?
Monday.
Monday, and
Right.
then that's it.
and that's it.
And then their next game is opening the season.
Yep. Okay, there's one more thing I'm going to touch on before we take a break. And
Touch.
this really pisses me off.
We really grind your gears.
The baseball playoffs, which, okay, great. I love baseball. The playoffs are the best time of the year to watch the games.
Right.
The Dodgers did something just awful this year, and I've been trying to figure out why, and I just cannot. They left Chase Utley off their NLDS roster, which means Chase can't play in this playoff series. If they get past the Braves, he may be on the NLCS roster.
Right.
But right now, he can't play in these playoffs. And what? Why?
For no reason.
Yeah, okay, he's not the player he once was. We all know
No.
that. He knows that.
You see what he did last year in the playoffs, batting wise. He
Right.
didn't do anything. I don't
Exactly.
barely hit the ball, but
But I defy you or anybody else to find me a player who works harder than Chase Utley.
not possible.
Nobody.
Is this his
Nobody.
last year?
Yeah,
he is
he's
retired.
done.
Yeah, because he had the farewell thing in Philly.
Yeah, he's done after this, and that's fine, and he should.
You,
But you know what?
as of last year's playoffs, you could see,
Exactly. Have a little bit of faith in the guy. Have a little bit of respect for the guy to let him suit up in the playoffs. You never know. He might get lightning in a bottle and hit a dinger in a big moment. I think he can do it.
I would hope so. I would hope you. I mean, it seems like the way they're going about this, that they will be in the next round after
They
smacking around the Braves a little
kicked the
bit.
Braves' ass last night, 6-0. They play again tonight in about 2 hours.
9:37, not 9:36, not 9:38.
Right.
Why do they do that? Do you know that?
I don't know.
Can you answer that?
I'm going to guess it's
why?
TV.
Why is first pitch 9:37?
I'm going to guess it's because of the TV. And I'm also going to guess it's because of the playoff games that are playing ahead of them.
But 7:32 is the game before that.
Yeah. And then I think they're trying to wait until the games are over.
I like the
But
NFL.
there's no way the Boston Yankees game's getting over in 2 hours. There's no way.
No,
So they're still going to be going up against them.
that's starting in 2 minutes exactly.
Right.
That
In
Boston,
fact, I'm sure the pitchers right now throwing warm-up pitches. Was it Chris Sale for the Red Sox?
they better be. I mean, game starts in 2 seconds.
But you know what? I'm looking forward to that because that's a series I hate the Yankees and I hate the Sox. But you know what? Those two beat the shit out of each other all the time. It's great baseball. It's fun.
right, you
know,
want a good game. You want to see
Exactly.
what a World Series should look like.
Yeah, because again, even though the Phillies aren't in it, playoff baseball is awesome. is because every pitch could mean the series. Every pitch.
Yeah.
It's the drama is just incredible. I love baseball, and I love the baseball playoffs. So
Nothing beats hockey, but okay. I'll give you that.
It's funny. I'm hoping that Milwaukee makes it to the World Series, but if they lose, I'm hoping they lose to the Dodgers and Chase Utley plays in the World Series.
See, that's why I would watch.
Yep.
I want to see Utley get another ring. I want to see Utley. But at this rate, they might not play him all year.
Exactly. And I was hoping to see Cleveland go back to the World Series. You know, they've been out for a while.
Right.
But Houston just laid a
Seems like we have somebody calling in.
Oh, boy. I'm excited.
Let's see if I can answer
Can
this
you figure that out?
No.
Uh-oh. Hit the button. There you go.
Hello, you're on with the Joy Buzzer.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
It's the intern.
Zach.
It's Intern Z.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
How was your
Hi.
job?
Fun. It was actually pretty fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He just say work was fun?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's shocking, right?
Oh, shocker.
So you're working tomorrow night, right?
Yes, I'm working tomorrow night.
Haha.
But
Okay.
the thing is, I found out I don't dance, so haha, suck it.
Oh, that's the reason you called in, just to say he doesn't dance. We'll make him dance.
You know who you're
you
talking
won't.
to, right?
Yeah, the guy that owns
No, you
Texas
won't.
Roadhouse.
You do realize what I can do. You do recognize my powers, right?
Powers? What the hell are you, Superman? What the hell's going on here?
Nobody's Superman.
I am almost Superman.
Yeah, you just can't fly or
Right.
go through buildings. or-
Exactly. Have
Fire,
X-ray vision.
You know, stop a bullet.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Close enough. Close
Right.
enough.
I have his glasses on.
You're Clark Kent. You're not Superman. There's a big difference between those two.
Okay, so what were we going to talk about?
I don't know. We were going to break.
Oh, we were going to break. You just ruined our break, Zach.
Oh, I thought you guys already had break.
No,
No, not yet.
We have a lot to just talk about here. It's just the two of us.
Just
Well,
the two
talk
of
about
us.
something.
We're going to when we come back from break. Stay on the line.
Okay.
Don't go
Okay.
nowhere.
All right.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. We're going to talk some football.
This should be fun.
Okay.
All right. We'll be right back.
This is Rob C., the instigator, and you're listening to The Joy Buzzer, sports talk with a buzz.
Broadcast media is all around you, and it's the people with media skills who work in this amazing industry. How do you gain those skills? The Philadelphia area campus of Connecticut School of Broadcasting. Affordable training in months, not years, without decades of debt. 1-800-TV Radio or gocsb.com.
I am the commish.
And I'm Rob C., the instigator.
Nicky Cola over here.
And we are the Joy Buzzer, the premier sports talk show, sports talk with a buzz.
And if you like our new sports talk channel here on YouTube Live, please subscribe.
And if for some crazy reason you like the show, smash that thumbs up button. Don't forget to hit the bell to get our notifications so when we go live, you're right here with us.
We're back. You still there, Zach?
Sadly.
There he is.
Oh, look at that. He stayed
All
on
right.
line. We didn't hang up on him.
We didn't hang
I was
up.
about to fall asleep right here because you know that ad was long.
So last Sunday, the Eagles played against the Tennessee Titans and laid an egg. They played like crap and lost. And what the hell was the score? It was a 26-20 in overtime?
26-23 OT.
Right, 26-23.
I wouldn't say late in A.
They sucked.
Offense didn't look too bad. Defense didn't show up, of course.
Jalen Mills is going to be looking for a job soon.
I can double move him.
He was awful. He was awful.
And the double moves aren't even big.
No.
It's a half a step.
Doesn't matter.
And he every single time he
Every
bites on
time.
it. You know, Jim Schwartz was talking about that and talking about, you know,
Rob, see what he say?
They're
Oh,
the
my
guy.
bad.
You know, he's the guy. They like the mentality he has for what this team is, and they're gonna work with him. They believe in him. He was getting burned all last season on this.
Yep.
It's week 4. He's getting burned all season on this again. How long do you give that? How long do you allow him to keep getting burned like that?
I think it's time to see Sidney Jones on the outside. What do you say, Zach?
Take him out. Put my man Rasul Douglas in there. see what he can do.
I think Douglas right now would be a better fit than Mills.
I'd be willing to give anybody a shot. Anybody.
Yeah. You know who else you can also try at that position? Dickie Hertz.
Nah,
You can also try him at that position.
Dickie Hertz over the phone.
Wow.
I think I found a show title.
Dickie Hertz over the phone. All right. That works.
But anybody. Honestly, I'm tired. I've seen, and like I just said, it's not a big double move.
Nope.
How do you fall for it every time?
You shouldn't.
Like, teams can go deep on him every single time just because he's going to bite.
Yeah.
And Darby ain't getting over there to help him out.
God, he's awful too.
Right. I didn't like him last season. I somewhat tolerated him for the game 1 this year. And then he hasn't done dick since.
Yeah. But you know what? I get to rant on Doug Penderson this week.
Oh, God.
Because he did something that he actually even wrote in his book about he would never do.
Wrote in his book?
Yes.
He wrote a book?
Coming towards the end of the second quarter, and the Eagles had just intercepted the ball. So I think there's 50 seconds left, and they're on the Tennessee might have been 30-yard line.
Sure.
Doug Penderson took his foot off the gas pedal and settled for a field goal, played for a field goal.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Instead of trying to put the ball in the end zone and score a touchdown and really take over the game, because at that point it was still anybody's game.
Yeah.
No. Doug Peterson decided, I'm going to kick a field goal here, and we're going to go into the locker room, I think up 3, or whatever the hell it was.
Up 7.
Not enough.
10-3
Right.
going into halftime. They were up.
He's got to follow his own laws, his own rules. He said I'm going to be aggressive the whole time. We're going to go take a shot. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And he didn't.
Right.
And hey, guess what we lost by? We lost by
3.
Right. So if we had scored a touchdown, we win. There's no overtime.
Right.
We win.
Yeah. Exactly.
The end of the game. We just had that long punt return. Great punt return.
Yeah. See.
Settle for a field goal. Overtime.
Not aggressive this season.
Overtime. Shoved the ball down Tennessee's throat. Ran the ball right down their throat.
Yeah, they could not stop Ajayi.
Exactly.
They could not stop him.
And what happens? They get to I think it was a 18, 19-yard line.
They took him out.
And they decide we're going to take him out, put in Wendell Small Penis, and throw the ball.
You said small penis.
And throw the ball.
Why?
Why? You just shoved it down their throats. He threw exactly one time before that on that drive in overtime. That was Alshon Jeffrey. That was it. Everything else was Ajayi.
They're abandoning their game plans.
They're
not the same. It's definitely not the same team as last year, and I can't tell if that's what they're relying on. That they think it's just going to work out.
Well, as I said before, they don't know how to play the returning champion. They don't know how to play the defending champion role.
It's brand new.
Right. They've never done it before, so they don't know what to do.
Right.
But last year they played that underdog role perfectly.
Right.
From week 13 on, it was underdog.
And you can't play that
ever
anymore.
since Carson Wentz went down, that's what they were playing.
Exactly. And now Carson Wentz is back, and he's still shaking off the rust. He didn't look great. He looked okay.
Yeah,
it was good to see Alshon back.
It was good to see. Yeah.
That's what we needed. We need a receiver back, and we just need our running backs to stay healthy, which Ajayi doesn't stay healthy.
No, he's healthy enough.
With a fractured back?
Yeah.
And so this too much that fractured back didn't bother him too much.
Right. So this week we got the Minnesota Vikings in what is being labeled as the rematch from the NFC Championship game. However, both teams' starting quarterbacks from the NFC Championship game will not be the starting quarterbacks in this game.
What? No way.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
But not only that, I don't think the defenses are good this year as they were last year.
Nope. And
neither defense.
Derek Barnett is not playing this Sunday. He's out.
My God, no way.
Yes, Derek Barnett is out.
I can't believe it.
And I think Darren Sproles is still out.
He's just...
Darren Sproles is old. I hate to say this, but he needs to retire.
I feel bad for
I
him.
hate to say it, but he needs to.
He wanted last season to be his last season, and then the way he got injured, I didn't think he was going to come back.
Yeah.
From his age,
Well, see, he has a pulled hamstring.
football age.
Right. When you're young, you can recover from
Right.
it. Although look at Fournette down in Jacksonville. He has the same thing, and he hasn't been on the field, and he's only 22. You know, so, but as I'm saying, when you get older, it takes a while to recover from
Right.
nagging injuries like that.
Right.
You know, so you know what? Fine. Sit him till week 10.
But you can't. It's not going to be
You
sit him
can't
for
do
this
that.
season,
No,
and then
you
let him
never
play
know.
next year because he's just going to get hurt.
No, I'm
spring
just
training
saying,
again.
sit him, let him rest his legs, because we need him for the stretch run. That's what I'm saying. Don't
I'd be fine
sit
with
him.
that.
I'm just saying, don't play him.
As long as they don't have freaking Corey Komet catching punts anymore and dropping every
Well,
single
he's-
damn one.
He's still questionable with a
Right.
quad injury.
He's injured too.
Yeah.
Probably from all the drop balls.
Well, you know what? I said from the beginning they're going to miss LeGarrette Blunt, and they're missing
Yep.
LeGarrette Blunt.
Yeah,
They
they don't.
are.
They don't have. Ajayi can't be your punch him in the mouth kind of running back
Yeah.
because he's hurt. He's gonna punch you in the mouth and he's gonna hurt his back again.
And then they'll bring in.
No, he's gonna punch you in the mouth. He's gonna break his finger.
Well, if Ajayi goes out, they'll just bring in Josh Adams.
Yes, my boy.
At this point, bring in everyone.
I think he had two. He had two players in the field on Sunday, right? I think I saw him twice.
Hey, at this point, Josh Allen should have the leading role and have 300 yards and 8 touchdowns.
Jeez.
I'll
In one
take
game?
it. I'll take it.
And yeah, in one game. All right, I
right.
gotta go.
Well, thank you
where
for
you
calling
going?
in.
What do
to
you
Insurance
got to do?
I have to go.
Oh.
His break's over.
Yeah.
So I'll see you tomorrow night at the Texas Roadhouse.
Nope.
Ooh, that sounds good.
What time you working? Doesn't matter. I'll be
Never.
there.
I'll be there all day.
From the time I get out of work till the time that place closes.
We're gonna broadcast
All
for
right.
24 hours straight.
That's right. Joey Buzzer presents.
go.
All
See
right,
you,
I'll
man.
talk to
Thanks
you.
for calling.
Yep.
So as you were saying, though, by the way, thanks, Zach. So this Sunday they're playing Minnesota. 4:25 start. Remember that. It's not a 1 o'clocker.
No, 1 o'clocker.
1 o'clocker. And it's going to be a tough game. You know, Minnesota's defense is still pretty good, as much as everybody's
But
bashing
it's
it.
funny, they're saying it's the rematch.
It's not.
It's a hype game.
It's not.
First of all, these teams are totally different.
Yep.
And second of all, this wasn't a great game last year.
It was for us.
We whooped their ass.
Yeah, it was for us.
So it's not like it's, Clash of the Titans again. We kicked their ass to the curb.
Right.
So how is this a rematch of the century?
It's a 2-2 team playing at home against a 1-2-1 team.
Yeah. So I don't understand why we're getting all hyped about this game, going nuts when it's not gonna be anything.
Yeah, but you're going nuts because you expect this game to be huge. You expect it because of last year's being the two.
Right. What this game should have been last year should have been incredible. It was great for us.
It was
incredible for the Eagles.
That's just it. I think the Eagles were just so much better that day, and we all knew that was going to happen after the Minneapolis Miracle of the week before when
New Orleans.
Yeah,
yeah, when they took out their own teammates.
Exactly. So we all knew that Minnesota had nothing left to play with. But then you got to remember that they started that game, drove right down the field and shoved it down our throats and scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
And then we had a 3-and-out, and then that's when what's his name? Who's the quarterback now for Denver?
Case Keenum.
Case Keenum threw the pick to Robinson to return it to the house.
Right.
And that got us started.
And that was it.
Right.
Then the game was over.
That was over. But I mean, they actually came out first and shoved it down our throats.
Right. And that was it.
Right.
One drive. That's all they had.
Yeah.
But it was just I'm tired of all these hype games and what everybody's going nuts for.
What else are you gonna do?
You're just gonna watch football.
You gotta give people a reason to watch the game.
It's football.
Sure, it is.
People are gonna watch it anyway.
Not necessarily.
All those crappy games Thursday night we talk about and Monday night. What do when Monday Night Football rolls around? We turn on the game.
There's a reason for that, though, and the reason
Don't
is
say fantasy
football. That gives us a reason to watch the game.
Right. So even though it's a crappy game,
like last night, who gives a shit? Tom Brady and the Patriots versus the Colts. Who cares?
Right.
But you know what? I watched the game because I had a player for the Colts.
it was background noise for me. I heard the announcers. Well, actually, I had the TV on mute, so.
Well, you didn't want to hear announcers. It was Joe
Right.
Buck.
So
Said
I would just
douchebag Joe Buck.
Actually, to be honest, I was playing video games while it was on my tablet, so I just kept looking over a little bit.
That's right, Nurgin.
That's right. Multitask, bitch. Let's see you do that.
I can.
But
Which reminds me, I got a question about Madden, but we'll do it off the air.
Right. Somebody at home remind us that we got to talk Madden after this show.
E-Lake. No.
But
No, thank you.
It's just I don't think they need to hype it up, and I think what most of the games that they've hyped up are going to be a letdown, just like a lot of them have been this season. I don't see this game being great because neither teams are playing well. This could be another 10-7, 10-3 game because it's just.
See, I think it's gonna be like 40-30 because I think both defenses are stinking right now. So I think it's gonna be a lot of points.
This is going to be the game they both turn it on. This is going to be the game where offenses fall asleep and defenses play out of their mind, but nobody can score.
Maybe. But I think Carson Wentz is getting healthier. I think he's starting to feel it now. Getting Alshon back was huge.
They needed that.
Yeah.
And then we needed that number one receiver. We haven't had it since week 1.
Yep. And I think Jay Ajayi's got to play.
Not at all.
No, he's got to play
somewhere else.
What's wrong with Ajayi?
He's just injured. We need a guy that's not
Half
injured.
our team's injured.
Right. This year it's a problem. Last year it wasn't. Last year is next guy up, and they played crazy. This year is, uh-oh.
See, you got to stop. You're comparing last year to this year. You can't do that.
That's what I mean.
Honest to God, it's two totally different teams.
But that's what I think this team thinking is happening. Okay, our top players are hurt. Next guy in will fill his shoe. There's no – I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Jordan Matthews. Him and Carson Wentz had a great connection. You're telling me there's nobody else in this entire league that we could have picked up or got instead of Jordan Matthews? So it's not next man up mentality, and it's almost like what they're trying to make it.
Yeah.
Which is what I was afraid of. You cannot – last season will never happen again almost in the history of sports.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get that. And that's almost what they're like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Ajayi's hurt. Just put in this guy.
Well, and here's another thing to go along with that. If Ajayi is hurt and the Steelers have made Le'Veon Bell available for a second-round pick and a good player. And everybody says, the Eagles should do that. The Eagles should do that. The Eagles can't do that. They can't afford Le'Veon Bell. They're so against the cap ceiling, they can't afford to do that. So everybody's got to calm the Jets. Season? Anytime. He's making too much money this season. He's going to make so much more, next season. Did that move at all?
It did, but that camera wasn't on.
Oh, okay.
Let's watch it wiggle now. There you go.
Okay. Woo. I'm like 15 seconds behind here. So.
So they can't afford him regardless.
They can't afford him. So everybody's going to stop worrying about Le'Veon Bell. He's not going to be an Eagle.
So. I heard Nick Foles and then a second-round pick. Which, then who do you have as your backup quarterback?
Right. No, they're not getting rid of Nick Foles. Although I know the Eagles love Nate Sudfeld, but they're not going to get rid of Foles.
Hey, I got no problem with Nate Sudfeld, but I'd rather have Nick Foles.
Absolutely.
Nick Foles as a backup quarterback is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Foles as a starting quarterback has issues.
Is a Super Bowl MVP.
As a backup.
No. He was from week 14 on, he was a starter.
Right. But he still knew his role was backup.
True, but he was a starter when he won the Super Bowl. He was the starting NFL quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Absolutely. What? No way.
So,
you
can't.
I'm just saying.
He's a starting quarterback in a backup role right now.
If Wentz came back that game, Wentz was starting that.
Yeah, but he didn't.
So So he just he knows his role is a backup.
Yeah,
you put him as a starter somewhere else, you got issues. Which we've seen.
If he goes to Pittsburgh, he's not starting over Ben Roethlisberger.
He's known to get hurt. He's due to get hurt any time now. I have him as my fantasy quarterback. Come on, give me something else to deal with.
Who are you picking for this weekend there, Nicholas? For the Minnesota.
For the boring game of the week?
The Minnesota and the Eagles. Who do you got?
I think they'll have a bounce back.
Okay.
This one's not gonna be a lot. I don't see them. It's definitely not gonna be what they did to them last year.
Yeah.
It's that they may win by 2.
Wow. See, I have a 27-17 Eagles.
That much?
Yeah, that's what I have because they're home and the Eagles, knock wood, do very well at home.
Who's home?
The Eagles are home.
The Eagles are home.
The Eagles are home.
Ah,
they're the hometown. They're the home game. We're doing this now because also we got to talk about Thursday's game.
What?
The Eagles travel up to New Jersey Turnpike to take on the New York Football Giants next Thursday night at 8 o'clock.
What are they?
8:20. The New York Football Giants who play in Jersey.
Oh, but you call them New York.
Because that's their team name. They should be called the Jersey Giants.
Are you effing kidding me right now? Oh, you prick.
Yeah, I know.
Suck
the
my
team that
asshole.
plays in the Meadowlands and the swamps of Jersey.
Whatever.
They are playing Thursday night against the Eagles. And
Who are they playing, the Giants?
the Giants and Eagles.
Ah, okay.
You know, one of the longest rivalries in the history of sports. I don't know. Sounded great, didn't it?
It worked in there a little bit.
And you and I both know that we've watched the Giants over the years, and Forrest Gump's their quarterback, and he's awful.
It's so fun watching him play.
Yeah.
It really is now. But did you see? Well, I think it was last week or whatever. They showed their dad was up in the and he had the Manning face on. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
he did.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm like, that's where
Archie,
he gets it
my
from.
man Arch.
Yep, he had the Eli
Yeah.
Manning face on. I'm like, yep, that doesn't fall too far.
So yeah, we got Forrest Gump playing football, and he's awful. You got Odell Beckham Jr., who has officially become the most overrated, overpaid player in football.
Yeah,
because they're not getting the ball.
Nope.
You have their Saquon Barkley in the backfield, who one day I think will be the best running back in football, but not right now.
If you give him a line,
right,
give him something to run behind.
Yep.
Because he's not, he's having pretty good games, pretty decent games. Imagine what he would do behind a good offensive line.
Yeah.
He'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, he's got all the talent in the world. He can catch, he can run, he can block, he does it all. But he's
just can't do it.
Just can't do it for the Giants because they have nobody in front of him to help him out.
And that's what sucked. Everyone's like, oh, well, we got to play him twice a year now. We still have a pretty decent run defense.
Yeah, we do.
So I don't see. It is the rivalry game, so it is. We're gonna get burned somewhere. I mean,
yeah, it's still a
Odell
big game.
Beckham's probably gonna wake up because if he just,
I don't think he will because Eli's just not throwing him the ball.
But if he takes 2 steps to the left and then quick back to the right, Mills is going to be standing out in the middle of, the turnpike.
I'm hoping by then Sidney Jones is your starting cornerback out there. And
so you can't give him much more time. I don't know. It sucks.
That's bad. But the Giants' defense isn't very good either. I mean, they have a decent secondary, but their front seven is not the best.
Right.
I'm trying to be nice here and say not the best. I think the Eagles can.
They suck.
But it's funny. The Eagles can be so much better than the Giants, or the Giants can be so much better than the Eagles, and this game is always knockdown, drag out. It's going to be 14-13.
Last year it was a 63-yard field
right.
goal,
right,
to win.
And then we went up to the Giants, and that's when Nick Foles. That was his first game starting after Carson Wentz got hurt.
Yeah,
and the Eagles almost lost that game. I think they won big, but they were getting their asses handed to them for a while there.
Right.
Eli started out like 10 for 10. And they scored 2 touchdowns right at the bat, and then the Eagles fought back and won. So, but it's always knockdown, drag out. It's
those are the games.
But they're boring games, but they're fun games.
That's why it's always tough to pick the rivalry games because it doesn't matter. Defending champs, worst team in the league. These two teams hate each other.
Yep.
So it's always going to be who the hell knows.
Yeah.
Because even if one team's blowing another team out in the first half, that other team come back. We've seen the Eagles do it several times on the Giants.
Yeah, we have.
So it's.
But I think the Eagles will get their first road victory on Thursday night, and I think it's going to be like 31-21. That's my guess. What you got?
I say they win by 2.
Oh boy, you going out on a limb there, huh?
I don't know.
We're getting 2 nail biters back to back. Actually 3 because of the overtime game.
It's a rivalry game, and it's so hard. And it's so hard to call that because we haven't seen Sunday's game yet.
Yeah, I know. I get it.
So it's, we'll put our comments up on our Facebook page after they play Sunday, and let's see how we feel going into Thursday night. Who the hell knows who's going to get hurt this game on Sunday? That's our biggest problem right
for
now.
nobody.
I hope nobody, but don't do that.
That was cleaner.
Yeah, okay.
I swear
I
to
don't
God,
believe
it
you.
was a cleaner.
Zach?
No, I promise you it was a cleaner walk by, but it actually looked like the instigator.
Intern Z? That one surprised me.
Hey, guys.
Now I hear the bell. Yeah, it's
See?
not what he did.
I wasn't lying.
Rousey? Jeebus? But yeah, it's tough to call Thursday night without seeing Sunday.
I get it.
Because who knows Sunday? Sunday we can come out looking like the Super Bowl team we did last year. Sunday we can look out looking like the Cleveland Browns 2 years ago. You don't know what you're going to get with this team anymore, and it sucks.
It does.
Because they are defending champs or they're nobodies.
That's just it. They have to find their identity. They got to find out who they are.
Even though these losses aren't blowouts, they're still not pretty.
No.
And there's still so many things that we could turn these into, we're blowing the other team out, and we're not doing this season.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks.
We don't know who we are yet.
Right. We are who we thought we were not.
Right. What?
I don't know. Somebody write that down.
And you know what? I get to say it again. I put that on Penderson. That's his job to help them find their identity, and he's not doing it.
No. He can't figure himself out this year.
Exactly.
I think they did, a little bit too much into everyone write a book this offseason.
I think he's caught reading his press clippings about how great he did last year, and I think he hasn't fully embraced this season yet.
Yeah, he's still flying high as a kite.
Right. He's still 2017,
right.
Not 2018. Let's go to work, boys.
Do something. Anything.
Right. Got to do
poke
anything.
You with a stick and say you're still alive.
Okay, so we both have picked the Eagles to win the next two games.
I believe everybody here on the Joy Buzzer has. Zach and Rob C.
Yes, we'll pick the Eagles to win Sunday, and they should. They should.
Yes. It's definitely going to be a boring game.
Yeah.
But I think they can still pull it out.
And I'm going to miss some of it.
We'll watch it on my phone. Don't worry. We got it.
We'll figure it out. All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back,
Sure.
and we're going to do the greatest segment ever written on a podcast. What?
Yes.
What am I doing?
Exactly.
Okay, we'll be right back after this. You're listening to the Joy Buzzer, sports talk with a buzz.
Just admit it. What you're doing right now is working, but it's not ideal. Before attending the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, I worked retail, and now I'm working for a major radio station in the Philadelphia market. There's a campus right here in the Philadelphia area. Visit gocsb.com or call 1-800-TV-RADIO.
I am the commish.
And I'm Rob C., the instigator.
Nicky Cola over here.
And we are the Joy Buzzer, the premier sports talk show, sports talk with a buzz.
And if you like our new sports talk channel here on YouTube Live, please subscribe.
And if for some crazy reason you like the show, smash that thumbs up button. Don't forget to hit the bell to get our notifications so when we go live, you're right here with us.
We're here.
We're here. No, just get used to it.
All four of us.
All four of us.
Just kidding. Rob C. again on assignment down south somewhere.
Instigator working?
Instigator was working. You heard him call in the last segment. It was nice of him to call in. It's about time he got a job. Very happy for him. Good kid. All right, so we're going to do...
I smell...
No.
Texas Roadhouse?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
So I got last week's numbers
That's
for
where
us.
we put the dead horses. No, go ahead.
Yes. It's right down the road. Last week's numbers
Go
there
ahead.
for week 4 of the NFL season.
For our next game segment.
We have in last place the commission.
Yeah. 2 bad weeks in a row. I'm in trouble.
Yeah, 8-6.
Oof. That's still better than 500. I'll take it.
That wasn't bad. And again, for the second week in a row, a 3-way tie at 9-5. Wow.
Yeah.
We are either really good or really bad at this.
We're not,
we're mediocre.
Yeah, exactly. We're over 500, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost a little more.
Right.
So breaking down after weeks 4.
Go ahead.
with Zach at 30, 27, and 2.
All right, there you go. He's over 500.
And then Ilya Kamish at 33, 24, and 2.
Oh, okay. I'm 9 games over 500. I'll take it.
And the Instigator at 34, 23, and 2.
All right.
Leading me as the top dog yet again.
All right.
At 35, 22, and 2. Not bad.
Friggin' ties. Jesus Christmas.
I think we're getting better.
I think so. I think
some of our stats are going up.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We're seeing more games now, and we know how some teams are just shit, and some teams are pretty good.
So what does the winner get at the end of this?
Bragging rights.
Ooh.
And maybe a dinner at Texas Roadhouse.
As long as the intern's fine.
And just so you know, that's not one of our sponsors.
No, it sounds like it, though.
I wish it was, but it's not. It can be.
So I guess since we now have the totals from last week, I guess we're kicking off our next game.
Oh, there's the music. Okay. Okay, do we know who's playing this week?
I was going to let the music play for a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
Get the feel.
Go for it.
I'm not going to dance or sing. Somebody else can do that. So, with our start of our 1 o'clock games.
First game!
We got the Tennessee Titans going to Buffalo to play them Bills.
Oof. Oofa.
Did the Bills to put up a whopping 0 last week, right?
Oh, yeah. Green Bay shut them out.
After they blew the doors off of Minnesota.
I think they blew their wad in Minnesota.
That's it for the season,
Yeah,
right?
I think
you don't think they'll ever...
No. That may be their one win this year. And you know what? Tennessee, man, that's tough because they're not. I don't think they're bad. I don't think they're very good. I think
they're a lot better than the Bills.
Oh yeah, well Tennessee's going to win this game. We both know that, but I didn't think they were that good. I thought the Eagles kind of just laid an egg. So I'm saying Tennessee though.
Yep, we're all going Tennessee. Zach and the Instigator went Tennessee.
Okay.
I got their picks.
Okay.
They can't be left out or else they're eliminated for the season.
All right, next game.
We head to Pittsburgh.
Oh, a shit game if I ever saw one come out.
Yep, they take on the Atlanta Falcons this week.
That's a tough one. That's a tough game to call because Pittsburgh is really playing awful right now. That secondary.
Atlanta not too well.
No, that's what I'm saying. But Pittsburgh's secondary is in trouble. Atlanta's just played teams that are better than Atlanta. New Orleans is better than Atlanta. Who did they play 2 weeks ago? Damn, I can't remember now. It's terrible. They've just run into teams who are playing better than Atlanta is. But I think Atlanta gets off the schneid this week, goes into Pittsburgh, and takes care of business. And I'm taking Atlanta this week.
I think they were on the bye.
Were they really?
I don't
early?
know. I don't see them written down. So
that's all right. I'm taking Atlanta this week. I think this is the week that Matty Ice has a good game. I think Julio breaks out of his slump, gets into the end zone, because I just think Pittsburgh's secondary is awful.
Yeah, if they can hit him with that deep ball, Pittsburgh can't really stop it.
Right.
And, what is it, Connor or whatever, has been doing pretty good filling in for Le'Veon Bell, but that seems like it's starting to fade a lot.
Yeah, they need Le'Veon back, and he said he's going to be back after the bye week. So
week 7. Week 7, their bye week is when he said he'll come back to camp and start. That's going to take a week or two to get that down. though. I don't think the team wants him back.
Depends on what he's doing. If he's staying
I think
healthy,
it's the pack of
if
shit.
He's working out, then I think he's going to be okay.
I would hope he's been working out this
better.
whole time.
He's on my fantasy football team. But I'm still taking Atlanta this week.
I'm going Pittsburgh.
Okay. Who the other two got?
We got Intern Z going for a tie.
What a wuss. What a cop-out.
And the Instigator is going Pittsburgh.
Oh, so I'm on a limb here myself, taking Atlanta.
And Zach with a tie.
Right. Jerk.
I just think, I got burned on that last week with Pittsburgh not doing it, or the other week with Pittsburgh not doing anything at home. But I just think these two teams are just bad. I think the less bad of the two is probably Pittsburgh.
I think their offenses are okay. I think their defenses are just pitiful.
Because I can, Rapey still passes for 500 yards a game, whereas I don't see Matty Ice doing that.
I think he's gotten a good rapport with Calvin Ridley, which is good. And I think Julio Jones is still Julio Jones.
You stretch out that defense, and now you got two great targets to throw to.
And now Devonta Freeman's coming back, which can only help.
Right.
And, Austin Hooper, who I have on my team, better get in the end zone. So I'm taking Atlanta. All right, next game.
Those Denver Broncos head to New York to take on the Jets.
Denver had a tough game Monday night.
That was hard to watch.
Tough game.
And it came down to the last drive.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a blowout. It wasn't. Kansas City got a kind of awakening, but because Denver isn't that great.
I don't think they're very good at all.
No. So it just shows you going to Denver actually does play with your mind, and it's a divisional game for them.
Right.
But
it's still a rivalry there.
I don't know. Like, they still have Denver's defense as top, like one of the tops, but I don't see it anymore.
They might be this week against the Jets. Suck.
Yeah.
Because the Jets are in trouble. Sam Darnold, well, he might be the quarterback of the future until he has someone to throw to or someone to protect him.
Or somebody behind him to run.
Exactly. He's in trouble.
Right.
You know, the Jets just,
Are the Jets turning into the new Cleveland Browns? Or is that Buffalo?
I love you, Buffalo, because I think the Jets.
Are we getting two Cleveland Browns?
I don't know, because we watched the Jets just dismantle Detroit way back when, and you can see the talent is there. First of all, I think Todd Bowles is an awful coach. I think once a real coach gets in there, I think the Jets can turn it around, get a draft pick or two, and they're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Right now, they're just not very good. I think Denver goes in there and wins this game.
Absolutely.
But it's going to be closer than you think it's going to be. I'm saying like 17-14 kind of thing. I don't think it's going to be a blowout or a lot of points scored. But I'm still taking Denver.
I think Denver's butt hurt from last week, and they're going to blow them out.
So you got to remember, coming off a Monday night game and having to travel pretty much across the country, that's never easy.
Across the country, but you're going to the Jets.
Right.
We're not going to New England, where it's hostile.
Losers. So I think we're both taking Denver. Who'd the other two take?
Denver. A whole group's going Denver.
All right, all four taking Denver on this.
Congratulations, Jets, on your victory.
Next game.
We got those. I can't do it as well as he does. Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, God. Although this is the game of the week.
Heading to Kansas City to take on them Chiefs.
Game of the week. You got what I think is the best defense in the league taking on what could arguably be the best offense in the league, with the greatest regular season coach in the history of the league in Andy Fat Ass Cheeseburger Reed.
Yep.
He's the best coach in the regular season. Come playoff time, he loses it. Patrick Mahomes last week came sort of down to earth, though he had a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown. Played an okay game. Didn't play awful. Didn't play. He played a good game.
It was a realistic game.
Yeah.
I think of what you can finally expect.
But
he can still get the job done. He's just not going to blow doors off of every stadium he walks into.
But I think he's going to run into a buzzsaw in Jacksonville. I think he's not. I don't think he's ever going to see, or he hasn't seen yet, what Jacksonville can bring to the table.
Blake Bortles.
Because let's face it, too, Kansas City's defense isn't the best.
No,
so
and that's what
Bortles can put up points.
That's what's been keeping them alive.
Yep.
Is they're just scoring as much as everyone
They're
else.
outscoring opponents instead of stopping opponents.
Right.
I think that ends this week. I think Jacksonville goes into Kansas City and wins. I'm guessing probably like 27-24.
I think KC's going to say hi.
Yeah?
I think they're heading back home after, the hostile crowd in Denver, the tough battle game down to the last drive. And I think they come back and they just keep the winning streak going. I don't think Jacksonville's going to be able to do it.
Okay. Who do the other two have?
We got Zach going with KC.
Oh.
And we got the Instigator going with Jacksonville.
Oh. Because they're going to rock and roar, Rob C. Rock and roar.
And that's what he said in the thing. Roar.
Did he really?
Yes, he did. They're going to rock and roar.
Thank God he's not here to play that goddamn song.
I love it. I can bring it up. Give me a second.
No, that's okay.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% positive.
It won't take too long.
No. It'll take too long, trust me.
Next game. We got the Green Bay Packers heading to Detroit to take on them Lions.
Oh.
Another rare.
Yeah. Well, also
more like
another another divisional contest, and another stadium that Aaron Rodgers doesn't play well in. He doesn't travel to Detroit well.
No, these guys are split. Zach's going Green Bay, and Rob C's going Detroit.
Wow. I think that Matt Stafford's been a huge disappointment this year. I don't think he's played up to his potential.
When does he ever?
See, I like Matt Stafford. I think Matt Stafford's a good quarterback.
I don't have a problem with it either, but it's always, every year it seems like this is it, and then just Stafford doesn't do anything.
Well, they played the Niners last week, and the Niners, just for some reason, their defense just stifled them.
That's the Niners. There's an issue
right.
there.
That's what I'm saying. And I don't understand why it shouldn't have happened, but it did. I think Green Bay. I think Aaron Rodgers wins this game, even though he's still kind of hurt. I think he's banged up, but I'm taking Green Bay here, and I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a close game.
He's one he plays injured.
Yeah,
and he's exactly the same.
He's always injured
right.
anymore. Last 4 years he's been hurt.
Right.
And played through it.
Yeah. I don't think well, you saw how high he was after the one game. He got carted off. They shoot him up with everything in the tent. Just go ahead. Go have fun.
Okay, why not? But I think he has better weapons this year. I think his receiving core is okay. I think his tight end Jimmy Graham, once those two figure out how to play together, and I think they will. I think that's going to be very formidable.
It's week 5. You think they would have figured? It's Aaron Rodgers too.
It's still tough. You got to remember, what's his name? Jimmy Graham came from playing with Russell Wilson, and before that, Drew Brees, and neither of them play like Aaron Rodgers. So he's got to get used to a whole new quarterback kind of thing.
I would say Brees is closer to Rodgers than Russell Wilson
You
is.
got to remember too. Brees and Russell Wilson are both like 4'6", and Aaron's is stoutly 6'3". So I mean, it's a different angle of ball coming at you. I don't know
Yeah,
what the hell that
4'6".
means.
Is that with cleats on or not? That's what the long spikes
that's
on.
That's the lifts in the shoes. But I'm taking Green Bay. What do you got?
I'm going Green Bay.
Okay.
It's just Detroit every year is the same story, and Stafford just doesn't get it done.
Yeah.
It sucks because I do like him. I have no problem with him. I just wish maybe stop putting so much pressure on him, and maybe he'll start playing well.
Right.
Don't expect him to be the best quarterback in the league every year.
Get him a better receiver than Golden friggin' Tate.
Hey, I draft him every year in fantasy. I haven't started him once this year. Every year I draft him.
All right, so you said Rob C took Detroit, so he's out on a limb all by himself?
Yes, he is.
Oh, boy.
All by himself.
Oh, boy. Instigator, you're in trouble. Next game.
He may have that game. We are going to Cleveland. They welcome the Baltimore Ravens into town.
Another divisional game. This game's going to be better than people think.
Rob C has Cleveland winning big in this one.
Yeah? Okay.
I can see it happening. Baltimore, yet again, is one of those teams that is just, they're a football team.
I think this year's different. I think Flacco's playing with a huge chip on his shoulder because of Lamar Jackson.
I was going to say, he has his back, his replacement is ready.
Right. And I think Baltimore's defense is finally coming around to where they wanted to be last year but never could get there. But I think this year they're starting to play better. And then you look at Cleveland.
Who's got a victory?
Yeah.
Woo!
But then went out to Oakland and should have won and lost.
Right. Same story as last season again. Games they should have won.
They're tough.
Games they're losing by a point or 2 or 3.
Totally different. I'm starting to think now it comes down to the coach because they've got the personnel. They have good personnel on the field. They have good players.
Yeah.
This coach just doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Yeah. On paper, they're a good team.
Yeah.
Good defense. Very aggressive offense.
Yeah.
And they're losing by a couple points again.
I think I'm going to have to go Baltimore here, and I don't like it. But I think it's another one. Hugh Jackson loses for Cleveland, so I'm going Baltimore.
I'm going Cleveland.
Okay.
I'm with the instigator on this one. I think Cleveland is over what happened last week, and they're just going to come out and they're going to lay a whooping.
I don't know. That's tough to
in
get
Cleveland.
over.
If this was in Baltimore, I would have went Baltimore.
Cleveland was kicking the Raiders' ass for a while there.
I
Ended
know.
up losing. Who did the intern pick?
Baltimore.
Oh, wow.
He-
Can I
he's got-
change mine?
Sure, I can exit out.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
takes no problem.
No, I'm sticking with Baltimore.
I can fix that real quick.
I think Baltimore wins the game. Next game!
Next game, we got the New York Giants heading to Carolina to take on the Panthers and Cam Newton.
This is just going to be a cake.
What has Carolina been doing? They were off last
They
week,
were off
right?
last week.
They had a bye?
Yes. I think they're what, 2-1?
I don't know. I stopped paying
Their
attention
record's
to it.
2-1. I don't know. I still think Cam Newton's the most overrated football player in the league right now. I don't like any of his receivers. I like Christian McCaffrey. He's probably the only person I like on that team.
It's the only person putting points on my fantasy team.
Right. Their defense, I'm a huge Luke Kuechly fan. I love Luke Kuechly, but the rest of their defense just isn't showing up. Although they went out and signed Eric Reed this week, the safety.
2-1, yes.
Okay. And I think they win this week just because the Giants, I think, are struggling.
Giants, yet again, just suck.
Yeah, it's a shame.
There's no easy. They just suck.
Yeah, so I'm taking Carolina just on the fact that I don't think the Giants are very good.
Yeah, we're sweeping that one. Everybody went Carolina on that one.
Okay.
And in Carolina, too. I think that's going to be a big pull for.
Yeah.
I think that's the only way how New York gets it done is they're going to have to be home. I just think
Which they are Thursday night.
Yeah. Which I just think road games are too much for them.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Eli Manning's best days are well beyond him, and he knows it. He knows he's lame duck.
But that franchise won't. It's almost like Romo.
Yeah.
They just won't let him go.
Yeah, but you can't remember too. You know, he did win
He won two Super Bowls. I get that. I understand.
You got to show the respect there.
He should have.
Whereas Romo didn't win dick.
I think. Well, he won dick, but that was something else. But it's just you got to know when the time's passed. You know, show them their stuff. I think what they did, what was it last year, where that McAdoo or whatever just pulled him out and broke that streak?
Dick move.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah,
that was unnecessary. You should have fired the coach right then and there.
Yeah.
Just to have him start the next week was ridiculous.
It was.
You got to find someone else that can quarterback this team now.
Yep. And I think that's I think the fan base is very upset of the fact that they had the number 2 pick in the draft and could have had their choice of quarterbacks aside from Baker Mayfield. They could have had anybody else, and they went with Barkley.
Yeah.
Which I agree with them. I would have done that too because I think Saquon Barkley is a transcendent player. He's going to be the best running back in football.
Because they're still going on Eli as that
but
caliber quarterback.
I think the Giants should have picked a quarterback in the draft and didn't.
Yeah.
Well, who knows what's going to happen? That's time will tell.
I don't know. They just keep relying on him as, he's still the same. And you look back at those Super Bowls. It wasn't Eli that got it done.
It was the defense.
It was the defense and some stupid helmet catch.
Yeah, it was all defense.
So it wasn't Eli stepping in there, dropping back, and throwing bombs all day long. It was the rest of the team really doing it around him.
Yep.
He was there. He did what he needed to do, but he purposely threw it.
He didn't lose the game for them.
Right. Which a quarterback shouldn't do that. A
Right.
quarterback should be winning the game for you. He shouldn't be just there. So, I don't know. Until they, yet again, get rid of their quarterback, maybe they can replace him with a Dak Prescott kind of person. And we could be fun for a couple more years.
Let's hope so. So I think we all picking Carolina, right?
We all went Carolina in Carolina.
Next game.
We got the Miami Dolphins going to Cincinnati.
I don't know.
Miami had a rough game last week.
New England just beat the shit out of them.
Little bit.
Plain and simple.
I did not. I was pulling for Miami last week.
I begged for Miami when it didn't happen. And Cincinnati went into Atlanta and really played well. You know, maybe they're not as bad as we think they are. I think
the Bengals.
Yeah, it's funny because I think the Bengals are the dirtiest team in football.
They've had that for a little while.
Yeah,
too. Pittsburgh is chippy, but they stomp on people. And
I think Cincinnati's the dirtiest team in football. But again, if you can get away with it, which they really haven't, I'm taking Cincinnati this week just because they're home, and I don't think Miami's going to get over the sting of getting their asses creamed by the Patriots. And besides, I've been saying forever, I don't like Tannehill.
Tannehill's a great fantasy quarterback, though.
For who?
I'm going with Tannehill. I think they do bounce back. I don't care if they're in Cincinnati. I'll go out on a limb. I'll be the only guy out there with Miami.
No, you will be.
I am.
Yeah, I know.
And I'll take it.
Okay.
They're going to do it.
Very good.
They're going to go back on a nice little run. hopefully regain first place.
So Intern and Instigator both pick Cincinnati?
Yes, they did. Everybody went with the redhead.
Maybe I got to change my thought again.
Yeah, now you're looking at Miami, right? Now you like Miami.
No, I'm still sticking with Andy Dalton. Next game!
We got the Oakland Raiders.
The Raiders.
Going to LA Clippers. Yeah, I did it too. I don't like it. I don't like it. LA Chargers.
Well, it's LAC, and that's the Clippers.
Yeah.
You know, it's not the Chargers.
They're always going to be San Diego Chargers.
San Diego Superchargers.
Super Clippers.
Yeah,
That a haircutter place?
I might be.
The Raiders finally got their first win.
Yeah, Chucky's
Barely.
off the schneid.
Barely.
Yep.
They shouldn't have. Cleveland let that slip like we talked about earlier, but they got it done.
Yeah.
They finally got that. Now, is this a week you think they continue that? It's a rivalry game. It's division.
Big rivalry game. And no, I think the Chargers are just a good football team. I think being home helps a lot. I think Phillip Rivers...
Does home for them help them a lot, though? There's no fans in the stands.
There is now. You know, it's not the Eagles. You know.
I don't know.
I like the Chargers. I think their defense is starting to gel. I think Phillip Rivers is starting to play better football now. He's getting more acclimated with his receivers, young receivers. And I think Melvin Gordon is top 5 running back in football.
He's dangerous.
Yep.
Very dangerous.
And even Antonio Gates, who's 114 years old, scores a touchdown every week, it seems.
I don't understand that.
I don't either. I don't get it.
How he keeps going.
And the Raiders, I don't know. They're an enigma. Their offense, for some reason, in the first half of football games, their offense is outstanding. They run the ball. They throw the ball. Derek Carr looks fantastic. Beast mode's running through people. Come the second half, adjustments aren't made, I guess, and they stall.
Yeah.
Except for last week in the fourth quarter, there was more adjustments made, and they came back and won the game. So who the hell knows? But I'm taking the Chargers just because they're in.
Go with Intern and Instigator and picking Oakland.
Oh, I'm on my own.
Raiders.
Taking the Raiders.
Yeah, I'm going with them.
Okay. You're allowed.
You can be out on the limb.
Yep. You're going to lose, but you're allowed.
I'm winning. What are you talking about?
Not this week.
Top dog. In the house. Don't mess with me.
All right, top dog. Next game.
We got the Cardinals heading to San Fran.
Oh, God. This is going to be the awful game of the week. This game's going to suck.
Intern Z's going to Arizona.
San Francisco?
They did.
I don't know.
This is not going to be fun.
CJ Beathard.
This is the toilet bowl game of the week by Instigator, which I agree with him on that.
I see David Johnson having a huge day, though. And I also see Breda for the Niners having a huge day. I'm going to take Arizona. I don't like it, but I just think Arizona played Seattle tough last week and should have won the game and didn't. And I think Rosen's starting to learn on the job, so I'm going to stay with Arizona.
Yeah, I'm going Niners. I think just because they're home.
Fair enough.
Arizona can't win in their house. I don't think they can win somewhere else.
No, you never know. We'll see what happens.
They haven't won yet, and who's the other team?
I don't know.
Thought there was 2 teams that haven't won yet? Or is it just 2 undefeated?
I think it's just 2 undefeated.
Maybe that, though.
Yeah, I think every other team.
Yeah, because Oakland won last week.
Yes.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking of.
Probably, because
all right,
they're off the schneid.
Next game. We talk about the undefeated LA Rams heading to Seattle.
Oh, this is going to be ugly. Oh, this is going to be so ugly.
It's going to be fun. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I hate Pete Carroll. I hope he loses his job after this game.
I'm not a Russell Wilson fan.
I hate him. Hate them all. Yeah, the Rams are just going to go in there and steamroll the Seahawks.
Yep. There's no stopping this one.
God, watching that offense last week, they're just good.
They're potent.
They're just good. No one's going to stop them.
No. Not with any mediocre defense.
Nope.
And you can't keep up with them points-wise.
You just got to hope the whole offense just has a bad game to have a shot against them. And if that's the case, the defense is still well enough to pick it up and put the ball in the end zone themselves.
Right. They score from everywhere.
Yep. I see this as like a 35-10 win for the Rams.
I think they get up into the 40s.
I wouldn't be surprised. Would not. After what they did to Minnesota's defense last week. Would not surprise me. I'm assuming we all took the Rams.
It's a full sweep with the Rams there.
That's no question about it.
Yeah, I hope so.
Next game.
We head to Texas for our Sunday night football. We have the Dallas Cowgirls taking on the Houston Texans. This should be another toilet bowl game.
This is.
What do
gonna be
these two
awful.
teams have?
But you know what? And you know this is going to happen. Collinsworth and Michaels are going to be jocking on the Cowboys all night long.
When aren't they?
Oh, it's going to be awful. Zeke Elliott this. Zeke Elliott can walk on water. Dakota Prescott's the greatest ever. But they got to get him some weapons because he can't throw to himself. And oh, it's going to be just terrible. They miss Jason Witten. They miss Des Bryant.
Yeah. Speaking of Jason Witten, hair growth for men. You seen him on TV?
I unfortunately have, yes.
Him on the sideline last year, he was bald.
Yeah.
This year, he's got a full head of hair. It looks like a toupee.
Probably is.
A nice little gust of wind
Little
just
rug.
coming
That's
through
right.
there. Just stay from grown-ups.
Yeah.
This thing blowing in the breeze. That'd be great.
I'm wearing a tube.
Yeah. But you got Clowney and J.J. Schwatt going after Prescott the whole night.
Yeah.
It's going to get ugly.
Hmm.
He's there. The only thing that's going to save him is getting that ball out quick.
Yeah. I think I'm taking Dallas. And the only reason is because I don't think Houston stops the run very well. They may stop the pass, but I don't think they stop the run.
Elliott's a monster.
Yeah.
And you can't take that away from him. It's just don't do the feed me crap when you're losing.
And let's face it, they won last week. The Texans won last week against the Colts on a bad play call by Frank Reich that I actually agree with. I'm glad he did try and do it.
Yeah.
On that fourth down play in overtime. But it failed, and Houston went and kicked the field goal and won the game. I like Houston, but like I said, I don't think their defense is good against the run. And I don't think their offense is clicking yet. I don't think Deshaun Watson and Hopkins have found that cohesiveness that they've had in the past, the last year.
I say they find it, though.
And they have no running game at all. They have no running game at all. Lamar Miller, please. I don't even know who their other running back is. I think it's you.
He's been doing decent. Miller's on my fantasy team.
Right. See? You.
He does decent numbers.
I'm going Dallas. I hate myself.
No, I hate you too. I'm going Houston. I just think that the combination of Clowney and Watt is going to be too much. I don't think they're going to have to run it all night long.
I really, really hope you're right.
Me too.
Who do the other two clowns pick?
Everybody but Houston except you.
Really?
You're the Dallas jackass.
Yeah, I am. And like I said, I hate myself for doing this, but I did it. All right, last game.
Last game, our Monday Night Football. We have the Washington Redskins and Drew Brees.
This is going to be a good game. This is going to be a better game than people think. And I'm seeing 35-30.
I was going to say it should be a high-scoring game.
I think both defenses are struggling, and I think it's going to be a lot of points put up. I'm going to go with New Orleans.
There you go.
I got nothing else.
I'm
High-scoring game.
I'm going Washington.
Okay.
I think Alex Smith gets it done. I don't think the Dome's going to scare him. I don't think the Dome. I don't think the Dome really scares anyone anymore.
Yeah, Smith's been around for a long time. Don't scare anybody anymore.
Everybody else went New Orleans.
Really? You're on a limb on that one?
I'm out on a limb.
Oh, boy.
I think unfortunate because, they're in the Eagles division, but I don't think that team's as scary. Kamara, you're not going to be able to run all game.
Well, Ingram will be back, too.
So he's going to say.
That
I'm still
helps.
going Alex Smith.
Okay. Alex Smith.
That's who I'm a fan of.
We need our soundboard.
Yeah. Alex Smith.
All right. That was next game.
That was for the season of Week 5 in the NFL.
All right, Nick. We did it. We went solo. Well, not solo, but we went to just two of us.
Did we?
We did.
Does that count?
That counts.
I'm tired.
I am too. So next week we're back at our normal time.
We're still at our normal time.
We'll do a live show. I mean, the Instigator will be back. I don't know about the intern. Who the hell knows with this kid anymore? Around in the area, and you want some good food, go to the Texas Roadhouse and ask for Zach.
He's buying us lunch next week.
Exactly.
Are they open for
Every
lunch?
day.
I don't think they're open for lunch.
No, they don't open until 5 o'clock, so they'll be open for dinner when we leave work.
There you go. That works.
Perfect. I'm thinking Tuesday night.
Reservations.
That's right.
Oh, of course, do Tuesday night. Thanks.
Oh, well.
Screw you.
But you got the millennial. You're fine. Get him. He'll wait.
4 hours. Walk through the door
That's
at 10.
his problem.
Hey. You good? I'm in a rush.
He'll live. All right, Nicky Cola.
Yeah.
Great show, buddy.
That was fun.
For the commish and the intern, I am the, what am I saying?
For
the instigator and the
intern
Z. I am the commish. Boy, I am really tongue-tied tonight. What is my problem?
We talked a lot.
That must be it.
Yep. We're going to be dead silent in here packing up tonight.
All right, we'll be back live next week.
So long, farewell, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen. I'd like to stay and taste my first champagne. Yes?
So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. I leave and heave a sigh and say goodbye.
The sun has gone to bed, and so must I. So